Hi, Summer. The saddest thing in the world happened. I have a lot to say about it. It's been a few days already. What I'm doing right now is trying to process everything, not trying to run from it. I'm not trying to have too much wishful thinking going on. I think that's an easy way for a lot of people to try to deal with something like this. But I don't think that helps in the long run. So I'm really just embracing all of the thoughts and feelings, realizations that I have, and the feelings that stem from those about my dad passing. It's strange because I do feel like I've done a lot in my life to be there for him, and it has always been such a high priority for me. But in spite of that, now I guess in hindsight, I'm having a real clarity about the things that I could have done more of, and what I could have done, what else I could have done, and how to have been there more for him, and the ways that I wasn't there for him. And I think there's really no way around that hurting. And so I'm trying to just let myself have these thoughts and realizations and not try to run from them, not try to pretend that that there weren't mistakes made, and that I couldn't have done a better job, because I see very clearly now how I could have. Nevertheless, I'm not really wallowing in that. I'm not sinking into despair, if you will. But it's hard. And it should be hard. I am getting some peace out of as much as we did to try to be there for him, and how much I've done in my life to try to lift him up. I see very clearly the things that I did right, and I guess what I'm the most sad about is knowing that I could have done more of those things. And whatever the reasons were that got in the way, it's in a way just a tragedy. And that's just how it is. One thing I am trying to do is I'm trying to really remember him as much as I can. I'm trying to really keep his personality fresh in my mind. I'm trying to imagine how he would respond to things I'm saying, and trying to imagine what he would say or feel in any given circumstances. I think that's you can say the way to really know someone is to know what they would think or feel in a given situation. So I found myself, one way of dealing with this is to try to honor him and to do the things that he would want me to do, and try to live the life that I would live if I was still trying to make him proud and happy. And that also has turned out to be bittersweet, because I bought a new journal yesterday and I started journaling, and one of the things I did was I decided to focus on, okay, how can I really succeed in my life, and how would Dad want me to succeed? And so I started really doing some deep thinking and considering what my possible career paths would be, and I got a lot of motivation and a surge of confidence, and came up with some really good ideas. And as I was writing these down, I then had the impulse to call and share these things with my father, and that made me very sad, because of the realization that then came, that he wasn't alive anymore. And that was really hard. I was alone at the time that I experienced that, and I tried to call several people to share that experience, but I didn't have any luck. And then I kind of went numb because of that. And that made me realize too that it's good to be around other people when you have these kind of thoughts and feelings. It's good to cry around other people. That's an essential part of that experience, and I think that can be healing and make you better and stronger. But we need other people to do that. So I think it fits with an evolutionary perspective. I think that's worth saying. None of this seems like it's outside of a scientific point of view. I hate to even bring that up, but it's apparently necessary. So I think what I'm trying to do, the things I'm going to get the most comfort out of, which I think are keeping his memory fresh in my mind. Really keeping in touch with what he would think or feel in response to certain things. And honoring that the best I can. Being happy in the ways that really make me happy, because he would want me to be happy, even if it conflicted with the things he thought were better for me. He was just happy if I was happy. So luckily, I still feel like that's how I should live. I've had a lot of success in my life with trying to find common ground with my dad, with trying to do things that were exciting for me, but also things that he could be excited about. I am extremely glad that I did that as much as I did. And that can be very challenging, especially so when you're in relationships with people that you don't have that much common ground with. And luckily, my father and I were able to find enough common ground to do that to some satisfactory degree. Something inhibits me when I make these videos, and I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like there's a way for me to be a little bit more myself. Almost like I feel like someone's watching over my shoulder. Probably because it's on YouTube, and I don't know who's watching this. But I'm trying to be as sincere as possible when I make these. And whom I'm imagining talking to most of the time is you of the future. However old you might be. I don't know if these videos are going to still be on the internet. I don't know if there's even going to be a YouTube 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now. Who the hell knows? Geez. For all I know, when you're watching this, people will have already been on Mars, or we're going to be in serious trouble with climate change. But it's 2019. Today, I'm trying to console my mother as much as I can. That's been a challenge, partly because of just the way she is. Right now, I'm not getting much mutual support from her. It's been mostly, she's been very centered around her own grieving, and I'm not judging her for that, but it's making it very hard for me to process this in a healthy way because I'm so preoccupied with taking care of her. And so I'm trying to figure out where to draw the line with that. At some point, I need to draw a line to preserve my own mental well-being. And she does not always understand that. And but I'm going to have to, maybe especially in this situation. So I love you very much. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye.